Good day. In this video, we'll take an in-depth look at Xeoma's modular system. We'll explain what modules and module chains are, and how you can use them to configure your video surveillance exactly how you need it. Before setting up a module chain, you'll first need to add a camera to Xeoma. If you're not sure how to do that, we recommend checking out our related video tutorial. Once the camera has been added, select it and click the gear icon at the bottom of the program window. This will open the module chain configuration window. Xeoma works much like building blocks for kids, but instead of creating a toy house, you're building a surveillance system out of blocks called modules. A module represents a specific video surveillance feature and is displayed as a unique icon within the program. At the top of the module chain configuration window, you'll see all the modules available to you. The rest of the screen is your workspace, where you build module chains. At first glance, Xeoma's modular system might seem complicated, but it's actually very intuitive once you understand the basic principles behind it. Right now, you're looking at the simplest module chain in Xeoma. Let's use it as an example to explain how Xeoma's modular system works. The first module on the left is the source of the video or audio stream. In this chain, the source is the universal camera module. It's this module that allows Xeoma to receive the live feed from your camera. If you disable or remove this module, the image will freeze, as Xeoma will no longer be receiving the camera stream. However, having just a source isn't enough to view the image. There are only two modules that enable viewing of the video stream, the preview module and the preview and archive module. As their names suggest, the first module lets you simply view the live camera feed, while the second one also enables you to record the stream as an archive. This way, the minimum number of modules in a chain is two, a source and a destination. In our example, the video stream from the camera goes to the universal camera module, and then flows directly into the preview and archive module. This setup allows the image on the screen to update in real time and enables continuous recording to the archive. The red rec icon in the upper right corner of the screen means that the footage is being recorded to the archive. While preview and archive are the most common destination modules, they're not the only ones. We'll cover alternative destinations later in the video. Now let's make the chain a bit more advanced by adding a motion detector module. You can do this in one of two ways: either drag the module from the top panel into the workspace, or simply click its icon. If the module ends up in the wrong place, just click on the connecting line and choose Delete Connection. After that, you can drag the module to a new spot or connect it by dragging from the side handle to another module. Alternatively, you can drag the module directly onto the line between two existing modules to insert it automatically. Now we've added a new type of module between the source and the destination, a filter. The key feature of filter modules is that they can be in two states, triggered and not triggered. The video stream from the universal camera first goes through the motion detector. If the detector is in the triggered state, the video stream goes down the chain to the preview and archive module, which then starts recording the archive. If the detector is in the not triggered state, the footage will not be recorded. This is how you build a chain for motion-triggered recording. The state of a filter module depends on its settings and on what's happening in the frame. To configure the module, click its icon. We also recommend clicking Show Detailed Settings to access additional configuration options. We won't go into detail on how to set up the motion detector here. You can find a dedicated tutorial video for that. What you need to know is this: if the motion in the frame matches the module's parameters, the module will switch to the triggered state. Wait for the loading to complete, then set your preferred accuracy level. For both people and vehicles, we recommend a recognition accuracy between 60 and 75%. When recognition is enabled, the motion detector will only respond to the selected type of object, ignoring everything else. The final setting is Save Data in CSV Report. A CSV report is a table document that logs the date and time of each motion detection event, along with the module's ID. To enable this feature, simply turn this toggle switch and choose a folder where the report should be saved. By default, the report will be stored in the Reports folder in the Xeoma directory. The Use the High Resolution Stream from Archive option determines whether the high or low resolution stream will be used for motion detection. Xeoma receives the video stream from the camera, which is then passed into the motion detector. If the motion in the frame matches the detector's settings, the signal goes to the preview and archive module, and recording begins. Once the motion no longer matches the set parameters, the motion detector stops passing the signal, and the archive recording stops. Let's now make the chain even more advanced by adding another filter module, the scheduler. As you can see, we now have two filter modules between the source and the destination. Following the chain logic, the signal flows from the universal camera to the scheduler, then to the motion detector, and finally to preview and archive. The scheduler module switches to the triggered state only during the days and time specified in its settings. Let's open the settings and exclude today's weekday from the list. As you can see, the module immediately switches to the not triggered state. The same happens if you remove the current time from the allowed time range. This allows you, for example, to disable archive recording on weekends entirely, or to limit recording to business hours, for example, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. In our example, during the time specified in the scheduler settings, the signal passes through to the motion detector, which analyzes the motion. If the motion matches the detector's settings, the signal goes to preview and archive, and recording begins. If motion occurs outside of the scheduled time, the motion detector won't be activated, and no recording will take place, regardless of the motion's strength or duration. Let's add another module to the chain, Problems Detector. The Problems Detector module analyzes the video stream for issues such as overexposure, darkened image, lens defocus, video loss, and more. Since this kind of analysis is usually needed 24/7, we connect the problems detector directly to the video source without any filters. However, if we leave the chain like this, the problems detector won't be very useful because the signal it passes won't go anywhere. One option is to enable event logging, in which case all detected problems will be saved to a text report. In this case, the problem detector acts as the destination module. An alternative is to connect a notification module to the problems detector. For example, let's add a sending email module after the problems detector. Now, when the problem detector module switches to the triggered state, the signal will be passed to the sending email module. If it's configured correctly, you'll receive an email with a description of the issue. You can also use other notification modules such as Telegram bot notifications, SMS sending, and others. To demonstrate two more principles of the modular system, let's build a new chain using the face recognition module. The goal here is simple. When a person's face appears in the frame, Xeoma should send a notification and trigger an alarm sound, while the archive continues recording non-stop. Let's break it down. Universal camera is connected directly to the preview and archive module, so the video archive is recorded continuously. The face recognition module is also connected to the universal camera, allowing it to constantly analyze the video stream and search for faces. When a matching event is detected in the frame, the signal passes further down the chain to the email sending and sound alarm modules. This setup allows Xeoma to notify you in real time and activate alerts, while also maintaining continuous archive recording. Let's configure the face recognition module and check whether it can detect faces in the frame. As you can see, the module has switched to the triggered state, which means it's functioning correctly. Overall, the chain is performing the intended task. However, you'll notice there's no visualization, that is, no colored outline around the detected object. To enable visualization, it's important to follow one key rule. The module that adds the visualization must be in the same line as a preview or preview and archive module. This applies to all modules that support visualization, including motion detector, smoke detector, face recognition, marking, and others. If the modules are connected correctly but the visualization still doesn't appear, make sure it's enabled via Layout's menu visualization settings. Keep in mind, visualization modules pass the image with the overlay to the next modules in the chain. For example, if you're using the marking module to display time and date on the video, those changing digits might inadvertently trigger the motion detector. To avoid this, you can either adjust the detection zone in the motion detector, or move the module to the end of the chain, just before the preview and archive module. This module chain also illustrates that multiple modules can be connected to a single module. In our case, the face recognition module is connected to both the email sending and sound alarm modules. For better clarity, let's take it a step further by adding another filter module to the chain and connecting it to the email sending module as well. One more important note, some modules in Xeoma are paired modules. This means they can only work in tandem. On their own, they're not functional. A good example is the ANPR speed sender and ANPR speed receiver modules. To use them, you'll need to create two separate module chains, one containing the sender module, and another one with the receiver. Modules in the chain are displayed in different colors based on their status. A module that's connected and active appears white. White connection lines indicate that the signal can pass through. If a module is turned off, it turns purple, and all subsequent lines in the chain turn gray. A module not connected to the chain appears blue. If a module is unavailable due to licensing restrictions, it turns red. To wrap up, we suggest a little practice. Take a look at these example module chains and try to figure out how they work. How are the modules arranged? How does the signal travel from one to another? What does the user get as a result? A few words about licensing. Most Xeoma licenses are based on the number of cameras, for example, Xeoma standard for 8 cameras. In this case, a camera refers to a source module, so, with such a license, you can create either 8 chains with one source module each, or 4 chains with 2 sources, and so on. There's one exception, the microphone module. If a chain already contains a video source, and the microphone is only used to capture audio, these 2 modules count as one source. However, if you add a second microphone to the same chain, it will count as an additional source. Keep in mind that there are limitations in the free and starter editions. No more than 2 preview or preview and archive modules and no more than 2 email sending modules per server. The Xeoma Pro Edition includes some professional modules, for example the smoke detector. The number of available professional modules, such as smoke detector, face recognition, ANPR, etc., is tied to the number of cameras covered by your Pro license. For instance, a Xeoma Pro license for 8 cameras allows to use up to 8 smoke detector modules, 8 face recognition modules, and so on per server. Additional modules in Xeoma are licensed in a similar way. If you purchase a sound events detector license for 1 camera, you'll be able to add 1 sound events detector module to 1 chain in your system. Let's recap what we've learned. A module is a specific video surveillance feature. Modules are connected into chains. At a minimum, each chain must include a source and a destination modules. The signal flows from the source through the chain to the destination. Filter modules can either pass or block the signal based on their settings. Clicking a module icon opens its settings menu. Modules and connection lines change color depending on their status. Most modules can be connected to multiple other modules. For visualization to appear in the video, the module responsible for visualization, for example motion detector or face recognition, must be in the same chain with a preview or preview and archive module. The number of available sources and some advanced features depends on your license. If you encounter any difficulties while configuring your module chains, please check the full user manual or contact Xeoma's free technical support. You'll find all the links in the description.